Hello everyone. This is the video about revision of vision test series for civil services exam. This is test number 3797. Uh, it is for a quick revision, and let's go. Uh, so the first question related to Maratha administration. I need Sarjam and Moksha. Sarjam and Moksha are land grants by Maratha administration. Gramini Udyami project. This project is about training tribal students in multiple skills. Anglo-Portuguese Treaty of Whitehall, 1661. It was in this treaty King Charles II was given dowry. He received Bombay in it, and he married Catherine of Braganza, Portugal. You can see this NASA, United States, Roscosmos, Russia, JAXA, Japan, and this ESA, Space Agency of Europe. These all four agencies are involved in International Space Station. This question related to the Congress and its president. Bombay presidency was Badruddin Taiwji was member associated. Madras Mahajan Sabha B. Subramaniam Iyengar, and Bangabhasa Patrika Sabha Rajaram Mohan Roy. These are the founder or the member associated with this organization. Bombay Presidency Badruddin Taiwji, Madras Mahajan Sabha V. Subramaniam Iyer, and Saha. This is by Rajaram Mohan Roy. Actually, I found some question very tricky. That is why I highlighted, and we will be doing quick revision of that only. Okay. Sarbji Sapurji Bengali. He introduced a bill in Bombay Legislative Council to limit the working hour for laborers. Must remember Sarbji Sarapurji Bengali, SS Bengali, we know him, and he was a labor activist during pre-90s, in late 1900s, 19th century, 20th century. N.M. Lokhande, N.M. Lokhande, he has published a Marathi weekly called Dinbandhu N.M. Lokhande, and Sasipada Banerjee, Bharat's Sanjeevi was Sasipada Banerjee. Look this. Some economic aspect of British rule in India by G. Subramaniam Iyengar. This is a book by G. Subramaniam Iyengar. The poverty problem in India. Prithvi Chandra Ray. Poverty problem in India. However, this question is not that important, but we can. Okay. Government of India Act 1919. Um, in this act, the income tax ceiling was made, and those who had who were earning more than 10,000 were subjected to income tax. A person must be in a senate of a university. He will also have to pay the income tax. He must have some past experience in some legislative council of India. Gopinath Saha case 1924. In this case, Gopinath Saha case, Mahatma Gandhi instead, at his instead, All India Congress Committee passed a resolution criticizing the action. Uh, Coffee Board of India. It was not in 1942 established. It was only established in 1942, and it is related to the Commerce Department and not agriculture. It is also it does not control complete monopoly. Rather, 85% of it, most probably 85% of the coffee production is controlled by it. ICA movement, we know about ICA movement. ICA movement started in UP. Trade Dispute Act of 1929. This act provided a system for tribunal and ban on strikes. Bhagat Singh threw a bomb in Central Legislative Assembly against this passage of this enactment. So during Bhagat Singh, when he was in Central Legislative Assembly for Terrorist Act, he was against the Trade Dispute Act, as well as there was an act called Public Sector Safety Act on which discussion was going on, and these two acts must be remembered: Trade Dispute Act and Public Sector Safety Act in 1929, and he threw the bomb. Stable coins. Stable coins are the cryptocurrency whose values is pegged at price of another asset. So a stable coin, from the term we can conclude that a stable coin, a stable means so it is backed by some assets and coins, currency. But this is not generally the case. It is not completely a stable, rather a complete volatile kind of coin, and its values um, is really unpredictable. And just few month back there was a crash in this stable coin. That is why it is in news. Look at this. Ambedkar Textile Labor Association was formed in 1918. Workers and Peasant Party 1927. All India Trade Union Congress in 1920. Working Man Club 1870s by Sasipada Banerjee. Is we have just read him in the first question, Sasipada Banerjee. So you can just remember it. Ahmedabad Textile Labor Association 1980, related to Mahatma Gandhi and his strike, hunger strike. Peasants, Worker and Peasant Party 1927. All India Trade Union Congress 1920, and Working's Man Club 1870 by Sasipada Banerjee. These are some European settlement, and when the European power came to India. Sirampur, Danish settlement; Chinsura, Dutch settlement; Chandradev Nagar, this is French; Chandranagar, French; and Chittagong Port, Portuguese. Chittagong, Portuguese. Must not confuse with the English, but it was some of the initial settlement in Bengal, and it was by Portuguese. Chinsura, Dutch; and Sirampur, Danish. Bulletdari system. Bulletdari system. Uh, Balutdari system. It is in the villages during 18th century. or 19th century, the arrangement between the village artisan and the village community for the service under Maratha rule. So it is like same system in North India. We called it as Kamini system. The same system is in southern India, probably Maharashtra, Karnataka side, and it is called Bulletdari system. Bulletdari system, not bullet. Now, forever chemicals, these are man-made chemicals that remain in the environment for a longer period of time. There are some frequent questions from the Lord Curzon's tenure. We can remember that he has enacted the in his tenure Indian University Act was enacted, establishment of Indian Agricultural Research Institute, which is called PUSA. It was established in Bihar, and also he has sent um, army to the Tibet under husband, some Englishman, a young husband. Now, this question, the Female Infanticide Prevention Act, it was in 1870s, Native Marriage Act for controlling child marriage 1872, like legalization of widow remarriage 1856. Um, Best way to remember it is that during Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar, legalization of widow remarriage, which is 1856, it happened. Native Marriage Act, um, after that female infanticide 1870, but you can trace the origin of this female infanticide from the very beginning 1804 and 1795 also, but the in proper manner it was legalized, it was instituted in 1870s. Native Marriage Act for controlling child marriage was in 1872. So first widow remarriage, second infanticide, and third native marriage. With reference to the now these are some newspaper associated. Mirajul Akbar, as we know, it was by Rajaram Mohan Roy. Amrit Bazar Patrika Cecil Kumar Ghosh, well known. Awami Qawmi Awaz. It was by Jawaharlal Nehru, not Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Must not confuse with the Urdu term that is Qawmi Awaz here written, but it was by Jawaharlal Nehru. Paramhans Mandali. Paramhans Mandali was against breaking the. It was in favor of breaking caste rules. Paramhans Mandali. Look at this. Anuspa Lake in Odisha, Nanda Lake in Goa, Sirpur wetland in Madhya Pradesh. Anuspa, Odisha, Nanda, Goa, Sirpur, Madhya Pradesh, Tamrapara, Odisha. Now, some of the sessions of Indian National Congress, Senate inspection in 1885. First session was in Bombay, absolutely Bombay, and it was presided by that Ramesh Chandra Banerjee and the AO Hume. Now second session 1886 was in Calcutta, and it was under grand man of India, grand old man, that is called Dadabhai Naroji. He presided over 1886 of Indian National Congress. Again in 1886, 10 years after that, in 1896, he also presided Dadabhai Naroji, and in 1906 also he presided in Calcutta session. So these all session 1896, 1886 and 1906 all were in Calcutta. From science and technology questions, CSA 6. CSA 6 is a some gene, and it can prevent a fungal infection in certain immunocompressive human beings. Look at this question. If there is some question from Swadeshi movement and who participated, must remember that Nawab Khwaja Salimullah, he was the Nawab of Dhaka, and he was against this Swadeshi movement. So he absolutely, you can choose it. One is not. Abdul Rasil and Liaquat Hussain, but moderates, they participated in it. National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority. This is the body by not by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, rather it is by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Consumer Corporate Affair or something, but it is not by Ministry of Health. You can see this from other page. Rajpur session 1936. In this, it was the first session in which was held in village. Now there are some terms or some statement. Let's read that. Lord Auckland advocated for a forward policy while dealing with Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, Lord Auckland, Lord John Lawrence, in first Afghan war, policy of masterly inactivity as a reaction to the disaster of the first Afghan war. Lord Auckland is associated with the dealing with Afghanistan forward policy. John Auckland masterly inactive policy of John Lawrence, and Lord Curzon followed a realistic and common sense policy. Realistic and common sense policy of Lord Curzon in relation to the Afghanistan. Lord Auckland, Lord Auckland forward policy, and Lord Lawrence, John Lawrence, by masterly inactive policy in relation to the Afghanistan. Now these are some chronological order we have said it. So first it was in 1613, English East India Company has established factory at Surat. 1613, grant of golden farman to the company by Sultan of Golconda. So Sultan of Golconda has granted golden farman 1632, and arrival of Sir Thomas Ray as ambassador of King James First in Jahangir Court 1615. Look at this. 1613, Surat factory he established. After that, Thomas Ray came in the court of Jahangir to avail permission in relation to trade and commerce. And Golden Farman 1632 was issued by Sultan of Golconda. However, Sir Thomas Ray was not the first Englishman who came to the court of Mughal Emperor. Rather, it was Captain Hawkins, and he came in probably 1607 or 8. Fowler's Commission. Fowler's Commission is related to the reform currency system in India. Fowler's Commission. Moonlighting. Moonlighting is a very popular term nowadays, and it is related to the secondary job taken outside one's working hour as secondary source of income. Second job is called, a part-time job is called moonlighting. Look, during the tenure of Lord William Bentinck, three things happened. That is, first is abolition of provincial court of appeal, introduction of English as official language, and annexation of Mysore and Coorg by British. These states, Mysore, Coorg, were annexed by Lord William Bentinck. Introduction of English as official language and abolition of provincial court of appeal. However, Mysore was reinstated. It was probably under Lord Dalhousie or something. Must see that. Kutch Branch Canal. Kutch Branch Canal. It is from Narmada Dam to Modkuba in Gujarat. Lord Harding, he has prohibited the prohibition of human sacrifice. Human sacrifice was very prevalent in the region, tribal region, where the uh, dominated by Gonds tribe, and Lord Harding has prohibited on human sacrifice. Lord William Bentinck has abolished sati. Lord Ripon has introduced local self-government. Indian Women Association by Annie Besant. भारत स्त्री मंडल सरला देवी चौधराइन. आर्य महिला समाज by पंडिता रमाबाई सरस्वती. आर्य महिला समाज पंडिता रमाबाई सरस्वती. भारत श्री मंडल सरला देवी चौधरान. Look, Stree Mandal by Sarla Devi Choudhury and Women's Association Annie Besant. Now, relation to the Chess Olympiad. Chess Olympiad is a biennial chess tournament in which nations of the world compete. Factory Act of 1891 regulates the working hour for women. Factory Act of 1891 regulated the working hour of women and children, but it has nothing in relation to the working hour of men. Early nationalists and moderates did not support the Factory Act. Yes, it is also true, because this saw this Factories Act not in relation to the social purpose, but rather this see as trade instrument, or an instrument of operation to those Indian capitalists. The A Ravipuram movement was started by Narayan Guru, not P.B. Ramaswamy Naikar. This movement, A Ravipuram movement by Narayan Guru, is very important question. By Narayan Guru, A Ravipuram movement. P.B. Ramaswamy is also called Periyar, and he has led some movement, some satyagraha, Vaikum Satyagraha. Now, the second Anglo-Afghan war in 1878. It was to check the presence of a Soviet in not Soviet, but imperialist Russia in 1878. Second Anglo-Afghan War, annexation of Burma in 1885. The year when Congress formed, it was Burma was annexed 1885. Anglo-Afghan War 1878. Young husband's expedition to Tibet in 1903 during Curzon's tenure. This is the last page. Let's see. There are some commission related to famine. Famine first Campbell Commission, first commission, second commission was McDonald's Commission, Starchy Commission, and third was McDonald Commission. So Campbell Commission in 1866 to 67, McDonald Commission in 1901, and a Starchy Commission 1880. A Starchy Commission in 1880, McDonald. It was the last commission in 1901, not last, but as per this para, last. Campbell Commission 1866 to 67 and Starchy 1880, McDonald 1901. Nazim and Kardar refers to provincial and district administration in the 19th century Punjab. Nazim and Kardar refers to provincial and district administration Punjab. Widow Remarriage Association in 1850s by Vishnu Sastri Pandit. Widow Remarriage Association by Vishnu Sastri Pandit in 1850. Indira Social Conference. It was founded by M.G. Ranade, Indian Social Conference by M.G. Ranade and Raghunath Rao. M.G. Ranade and Raghunath Rao in Indian Social Conference. It launched the famous pledge movement to inspire people to take oath to prohibit child marriage. Indian Social Conference by M.G. Ranade and Raghunath Rao. It was for against the child marriage. Merchant Prince by Mahatma Gandhi. Who was called Merchant Prince? It was Jamnalal Bajaj. Mahatma Gandhi called him Merchant Prince. So this was for today. That is all I have. Thank you. Goodbye.